Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Mathematics. This is Rekha Chhabra, your maths teacher. Students, before I start today's lecture, I would request you all to please like, share and subscribe this channel for further updates. We have already completed all the topics and subtopics of this chapter number 1 sets. So in today's video, I am going to discuss few questions of miscellaneous exercise of our NCERT. Question number 1, here we have to decide among the following sets which sets are the subsets of one another. First of all, let's write set A in the roster form. Here x belongs to R and x satisfy this equation. Let's solve the equation by using the concept of middle term split, and 2 and 6 is the answer. So set A is 2 and 6, B, C and D are already given in the roster form. So if set A is the subset of B, it means all the elements of A are already present in B. Let's talk about all four sets one by one. Look at set A. There are two elements 2 and 6 and they are already present in set B and in set C as well. So it means A is a subset of B, A is a subset of C also. Let's talk about set B, 2, 4 and 6. These three elements are already present in set C. So B is the subset of C. Now if we look at set C, this is infinite type of set. So do we have these elements available in any other set? No. So set C is not the subset of any set. But if we talk about set D, this is singleton set. Singleton set means there is only one single element. And this element 6 is already there in set A, B and C as well. So basically D is the subset of all three sets. Now question number 2, here we have to look at the given statements. And if they are true, we have to prove it. If they are false, we have to give some example. If x belongs to A and A belongs to B, then x belongs to B. Let A is equal to 1, 2 and 1 is the element of this set. So let's assume it equal to x so that we can say that x belongs to set A. Now A belongs to B. So let's consider set B where we have complete set A as an element and few more elements. Now can you conclude that x belongs to B also? X is the element of B? No, 1 does not belong to this B. It means x does not belong to this B. It is not the element of set B. So the given statement is false. Let's take third part. A is the subset of B, B is the subset of C, so A is the subset of C. Let's take A as 1, B as 1, 2 and C as 1, 2, 3. A is the subset of B, yes. B is the subset of C, yes. So A is the subset of C, that is also true. So the given statement is true. So now let's prove generally. Let's take any element x which belongs to A. If it belongs to A, definitely it belongs to B. Why? Because the definition says that if A is a subset of B, then all the elements of A are already present in B. And if it is the element of B, then surely it is the element of C also. Again by definition. So in short, we can say if x belongs to A, definitely it belongs to C also. Now question number 4, we have to show these given 4 conditions are equivalent. A is the subset of B. When A is a subset of B, it means all elements of A are already present in B. It means A has no element different from B. If you look at this Venn diagram, this also explains everything clearly that if A is the subset of B, then it means complete set A lies within or in the interior of set B. So it means A minus B will be equal to empty set, will be equal to phi, there will be nothing. So now showing condition 2 is equivalent to condition 3. If A minus B is phi, it means A has no element different from B. So all the elements of A are already present in B. So if we take their union, definitely it is going to be set B. And if we take their intersection, it will be set A. Only these are our conditions, third and fourth. So this way we can prove that all four conditions are equivalent. Question number 5. If A is a subset of B, then we have to show this. C minus B is a subset of C minus A. Let's take any element x. Wherever we have to show, try to prove it generally. Wherever we have to show this thing, this is the subset of this is the subset of this is the element of this. It's always better we prove generally. And where we have to prove this is not the element or this is not the subset, then we can take any one example to deny the thing. But wherever we have to prove something, then it's better to prove generally by taking some element x. So let's take x which belongs to C minus B. If it belongs to C minus B means we have to subtract all the elements of B from C. So if x belongs to C minus B, it means x belongs to C but does not belong to B. Now if x does not belong to B, it means x does not belong to A as well, because A is a subset of B. So if x belongs to C but does not belong to A, we can say x belongs to C minus A. If it belongs to C minus B and we have proved it belongs to C minus A, it means C minus B is the subset of C minus A. Now assume that PA means power set of A equal to power set of B. So we have to show that A is equal to B. Again, let's prove generally. Let's take x belongs to A. If x belongs to A, it means this set X is the element of power set. It belongs to power set. If it belongs to power set of A, definitely it belongs to power set of B as well, because they both are equal. And if this belongs to power set of B, it means X is the element of set B. If X is the element of set A and it is the element of set B as well, we have proved, it means set A is the subset of B. Same way we will prove B is also the subset of A. If A is a subset of B, B is a subset of A, it means both the sets are equal. That's what we have seen even in the last video. Now let's take question number 7. Is it true for any sets A and B that power set of A union power set of B is equal to power set of A union B? Justify your answer. So that's what I was saying. If it is false, we take any one single example to prove it. But if it is true, then it's always better to prove generally. So let's take two sets, set A and set B. Let's take their union. A union B is 0, 1 and 2. Let's find out their power set. Power set of A union B is 5, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 2 and 1, 0, 1 and 2. Because 5 and the set are always the elements of power set. Now we have to find out power set of A, 5, 0, 1 and 0, 1. Power set of B means 5, 1, 2 and 1, 2. Now let's take their union. So union will be this set. Are these two sets equal? No. So the given statement is false. Question number 8. Show that for any two sets A and B, these two things we have to prove. Let's take the universal set, set A and set B. A minus B. A minus B means we have to subtract the common elements from set A. This is one. Also let's find out B complement. B complement means U minus B. This is 1 and 5. Now A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement. So A is set 1 and 2, intersection B complement. B complement is 1 and 5. Now what is the common in these two sets? 1, and they both are equal. So we can conclude that A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement in this question. Now we are going to use this thing. First of all, we have to show that A is equal to A intersection B union A minus B. Here it is given in the question. We have to prove two parts. So one I am doing, second you will try yourself. A is equal to A intersection B union A minus B. Now let's take right hand side, A intersection B union A minus B. Here we have just proved that A minus B is equal to A intersection B complement. Let's use this thing. A intersection B as it is union, and A minus B we can write down A intersection B complement. Now there is one distributive law which says that A intersection B union C is equal to this, and if we compare here, B is B and B complement is C, right? So now let's apply this distributive law and we can write down A intersection B union C, so it means B union B complement. B and B complement, what will be their union? Definitely the universal set. And what is common in universal set and set A? It is A only, which is equal to left hand side, and it is proved. And second part, please try yourself. So I hope students you must have understood these questions. Now please do the remaining questions yourself, and don't forget to write your name, class and section in the comment box after watching every video. Thank you very much.